Right, let's bring it this now. 2023 has been a costly year for consumers, with many people struggling financially. That as global events were also felt here at home. So with the basic food basket now costing way more, how in fact, are South Africans coping? Newzroom Afrika's Thabang Nkgweng finds out.
Following the COVID-19 lockdown in South Africa that saw many losing their source of income, many people were hoping that 2023 would be the year they could turn the corner on their finances and livelihood. Unfortunately for many, this was not the case. South Africans are experiencing a cost of living crisis. The Russia-Ukraine conflict triggered inflation, which hit its highest levels in 13 years earlier this year. This and other factors, which include the global oil prices and exchange rates among others, also affected the price of fuel. All these and other factors meant that South Africans had to pay more in order to get by. The price of food also saw changes throughout the year. For many people, salaries are not keeping up with price hikes and the related cost of living. According to Business Tech, middle-income employees earning the average take-home pay in South Africa are over 10,000 rand poorer than they were in 2016. This is attributed to inflation and stagnant salaries. For many people, the following 15 food items are considered basics. These items were reviewed on a month-to-month basis from January to November 2023. Items such as sugar, tea, and eggs saw the biggest increase between January and November, while items such as margarine and sunflower oil saw a decrease in the same period. Many of us enjoy a cup of tea, but have you wondered how much you pay throughout the year for the ingredients except for water, of course? For a liter of fresh milk, by the end of November, you would have paid 1 rand 2 cent more than you did in the beginning of the year. Not bad, right? Well, for tea bags, you paid 11 rand 4 cent more, while sugar cost a not-so-sweet 12 rand 23 rand more. The price of bread only saw a 29-cent change from January to November, but for many people, it comes as a shock at how bread prices have increased throughout the years. For margarine, which many love for the slice of bread, you paid 66 cents less, so at least a bit of reprieve. But as for coffee lovers, they paid 9 rand 77 rand more for their much-loved cup of hope. The price of maize meal saw an increase of 1 rand 82 cents in the same reporting period. However, for rice, consumers paid 8 rand 31 cents more between January and November 2023. Who can forget the 2022 hike in the price of sunflower oil that saw many considering that maybe boiling instead of frying is not such a bad idea after all? The possibly opportunistic hike, as described by the Competition Commission, was caused by the skyrocketing global oil prices due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which disrupted sunflower oil exports from the Black Sea region. In July last year, sunflower oil prices went up by 36%. However, this year, consumers paid 1 rand 23 cents less for cooking oil in November than they did in January. But for potato prices, not such great news, with customers having had to pay 7 rand 64 cents more for potatoes than they did in January. The cause? The great potato shortage of 2023. South Africa experienced an avian flu outbreak from April this year. As a result, about 6 million egg layers and 2.5 million breeder chickens, nearly a third of the national flock, had to be culled. The outbreak and the culling led to what was referred to as an egg shortage, which saw a hike in the price of eggs. As a result, between January and November, consumers paid 9 rand 7 cents more for 18 eggs in South Africa. For the following food basket, consumers paid 670 rand 26 cents in January and 734 rand 20 cents for the same items in November, culminating in a difference of 63 rand 94 cents. For some people, it might not seem like a lot, but for many, that amount would have been welcomed back into their pockets. Hopefully, 2024 comes bearing a much-needed better cost and standard of living for South Africans. For Newzroom Afrika, I am Thabang Nkgweng in Johannesburg.